Hello and welcome to Smile and Spread a Little Joy, where anybody in this hot seat shares a smile. I'm the Smile Lady, Debra Johnson, and we talk about issues that will help your child tap into their inner smile. I have mentors on here that will help them make right choices or, give them choices. But what I want to say is I'm the Smile Lady, but everyone was born to smile. Because when you were born, the world changed, and when you leave here, the world will change. So as the Smile Lady, get up every day, work your purpose, share your smile, because what Mother Teresa said was, a person's life should be better because they met you. And that's what we're here today. We're striking out against drugs. We're working with the youth, mentoring. And today I have guests on my show, with Strike Out Against Drugs. They'll introduce themselves and tell you what they do and give you information right off the top on how you can reach them. So maybe while you're looking at this, you could be Googling and tapping in and liking their website. So anyway, without any further ado, Strike Out Against Drugs, and we will introduce them and they will tell us exactly what they do. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again. What, part 3?
This is part 3.
Part 3. And welcome
Hi,
here.
Thank you very much.
It's the Foundation for Drug-Free
World.
That's it. And that's what I am here for. So in your camera, I want you to give your name and also what you love doing so much you would do it even if you didn't get paid.
My name is Coco Tabibzadeh. I'm with Foundation for a Drug-Free World, and I do that. What I'm doing every day, I don't get paid for. So I'm doing it as a volunteer because it is my passion to give the truth and facts to kids about drugs and what's happening out there with drugs.
Coco just won an Oscar,
Yeah, I wish it was me.
I tell you, huh? And say your last name again. You said it rather fast.
Yes, Tabibzadeh. I'm from Iran.
Iran?
Yes.
Tabibzadeh.
Yes.
Okay. And David, just go ahead and do the same thing.
So my name's David Sanchez. I'm the founder of an organization called Strike Out Against Drugs. We work with kids all over Los Angeles on drug addiction. Me and Coco are partners. So we do a lot of different schools and stuff together. What I would do, even if I didn't get paid for it, is exactly what I do today. We spread the word of drug addiction to the kids in our communities. We try to help them to understand that that type of lifestyle just leads to corruption and terrible way of life to live.
Yeah.
So that's what we do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Thank you. And I was in the streets when I met Leonard Dixon. I just went to his funeral or homegoing service today. And because of Leonard Dixon saying, look, I made wrong choices, I want to help turn it around, I met David Sanchez. Because he even said that he wasn't the one that needs to be on the show. There's a better man that needs to be on the show, and it's David Sanchez. I said, no, you need to be on this show also, because it's not how you start this race, it's how you finish it. And he was having a rough time at the end, but I thank him for that. You were good that came out of that.
A lot of good came out of Mr. Dixon. He's, featured on my video as one of the live speakers, and every time that we go do a presentation, his voice gets heard.
Thank you.
Even in his passing, for years to come, his voice is going to be heard by children all over our community, helping them to overcome the stuff that they're going through.
Yes.
And so that's very special to me that I have that video footage of him, sitting in front of my facility with my phone as a camera, and I got that take of him talking about how drugs ruined his life and how his gang activity ruined his life, and his voice is going to live on.
Right, and he's straight up about it. And so you can go into my website and get David Sanchez shows, Leonard Dixon shows at Debra-SMILELaDy Johnson, Debra-SMILELaDy Johnson, and tune in every Saturday at Pasadena Media.tv. 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. every Saturday, whether you're on the show or not, because I bet you're going to be on the show soon. You know who you are. You got a smile to share? Call me or go through YouTube. So anyway, with you, since this is your first time on the show, Coco, how long have you been involved? The truth, if you want to hold up one of these, the truth about drugs?
These are the booklets. This is a booklet set that we have, which has 14 booklets in here that covers. One is a general one, and then there are 13 of the 13 most abused drugs. There's a booklet on each one of them that gives you the street names, the history of it, the short-term effects, the long-term effects, just all the data about a drug. And then we have the DVD, which is the Truth About Drugs DVD. And this is a documentary of real people who did drugs and they live to tell their stories.
So is Leonard on that DVD? No?
No.
No, not on this one. Okay, he's on the Strike Out Against Drugs. And that big pamphlet.
And this is just an information pack I brought for you that you can actually have here.
Okay.
And it basically, again, goes over the program. And this is a 15-minute DVD.
Full in front of you, yeah. Okay, good. So it has the DVD, it has information reach to young people with truth about drugs. That is excellent.
Yes.
Now, how did they get that? What is your website? I know I'm going to type it on, when we edit, but how do they contact?
The website is drugfreeworld.org, which is also at the bottom of all the booklets in here and on the DVD. And all the materials is available free of charge. I can give you my information, my email address, my cell phone number, and anybody can contact me.
It's there, and I just put Coco, and you could give me your information
Yes.
later, but all of that is in there, and it will be included in the video.
Yes.
In the rolling credits and as you speak.
Right.
So what is your title in the drug-free world?
I'm the president of the Southern California chapter.
Shut up. She said, I'm just a volunteer, president. The Madam President is here.
Well, I'm a volunteer. It's a volunteer-based organization.
I know it, but I didn't know you were like president. Yeah, but you know my smile shows. Sometimes my guests, because of people like David Sanchez that I respect highly, he knows that I respect who sits in the seat with smile. So I thought he was just bringing his little personal assistant along and saying, okay. Just call me clueless. But yes, I'm just honored to meet you. Go, Coco.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to meet you.
Yes, honored to meet you. Now that you're founder of Strike Out Against Drugs, I know how long. And now, how long has that corporation again been in existence?
It's founded in 2006. I've been working with them for about 5 years now.
Okay. Good. And yours, I know Strike Out Against Drugs, because I remember you said before, that man said, boy, we've been doing this for years and you've moved faster than we did in those few years. So how long? Because I know I met Leonard 2 years ago. So yours is,
I did, the first show that I did here was right when me and Leonard actually worked together to start Strike Out Against Drugs. Then we did a taping a year later, and this is a year later.
Oh, wow.
And so this is we're getting ready to start the third year of it, or the second year going into the third year. And we've done so much
Boy
in
and
such
Girls
a
Clubs,
little
I think
time.
you were there.
Yeah, we've done, me and Coco we've partnered up, Drug Free World, Strike Out Against Drugs have partnered up to bring our message, her message with the videos and the stuff like that, and then my message with the real type of, what really happens with addiction and stuff like that. And we've, we've worked so long together now, we've kind of know how to bring, just the most powerful message that we could possibly
And coming from two different sides of it.
Yes.
Not only sides of it in the drug world, but male and female perspective. Like I had a couple on, and we think so differently, and we reach them from a different, some from the heart, some from the head, and then bringing it together and really compromising and collaborating. That's the thing. I think a lot of people don't know how to compromise. No, this is mine, da-da-da, we're going to do it this way.
Right.
Or blah, 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 this way, or communicate with it, or wonder if we're speaking the same language.
Right,
English, like I remember I got almost suspended because I I said, shut up. That's all, you know what shut up means, right?
Right.
That's like an agreement. Oh, no. They thought I was telling her to shut up. Insubordination. Boom. So sometimes our communication can be misunderstood.
Right.
We mean it from one way, and they think we're being offensive. And so I love this. It's this pairing up the male and female.
Well, you know, when kids can see both the aspects
Exactly.
of the message coming in, I mean, Coco's never done drugs or anything like that, but her passion
Yes.
for getting this message out is, you know, beyond what you can believe. You know, if I didn't believe in Coco and the stuff that she did, then I wouldn't be working with her.
Yes.
Number one, because I believe that our message has to be impacting to the kids when we talk. And you know, Coco, I've never met anybody that has so much passion. I mean, she's willing to go anywhere, do whatever she has to do.
Thank you,
It doesn't
David. So are
matter.
you.
She is there. You know what I mean? On a phone call, whatever. Okay, I'll be there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so it works out really good with me and Coco. We have another girl that's involved with our stuff. Her name is Betsy, and between the three of us, you know, we've just developed this bond where we know that when we're together, that you know, great stuff is going to happen, and we're going to do some great things together.
Yeah, and you know, I've never done drugs either, and never really been homeless except for by choice when my house burned down and the insurance and the contractor scammed me. I was homeless for a minute, but by choice, because you know, you can't afford a house note and a hotel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So but the thing about it is that passion, you know, to help people, and you willing to work with someone and listen and collaborate, because sometimes we get so into our baby that we don't want anybody else to help us, and then boom, with both of you being part of the same thing, but now willing to work together and collaborate and listen to each other is really important. This is a message that I needed to kind of hear. It's just like, and I didn't know you were bringing Coco, right?
No.
See?
I was a surprise.
This is your surprise. Consequence. This, no, but it was meant to be. Almost like when I met Leonard in the streets.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you were supposed to be on the show that day with him, and either your car was down or you were sick,
Right.
something like
Right.
that, and couldn't make it. And we just went for it, and he was nervous because he felt, no, he's more worthy of sitting in this seat
Oh, wow.
than me. That's exactly. And Leonard was a surprise. Then he came later because he was
okay.
supposed to be on that very first show.
Well, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
so.
Oh, yes. I knew that, or else he wouldn't be sitting in this hot
Yeah.
seat. Trust me.
Well, you know, Leonard was a great guy, and you know, he taught me a lot when it came to my spirituality. He was a great preacher, a great gift giver of God's word, and I learned a lot from him, and we got to teach each other a lot of stuff when he was with me in my facility. And, you know, he's dearly missed, and not forgotten. And like I said, you know, his voice and his face, you know, will live on through
Yes.
Strike Out Against Drugs for years
Forever.
forever.
Yeah, just like right here, and it goes. The reason why I'm reading this is because you just said what they said. It said on February 7th, 2011, Leonard, you attended your first Straight Talk program fundraiser. Thanks for your participation. This was a letter that was written to him. And arriving on time. Mr. Dixon, you delivered such an awesome presentation to the probation youth and law program, to the at-risk youth and their parents. This was your first speaking engagement with us, and you did such an excellent job. And as a result of that, your outstanding participation, you have been invited to be our guest speaker by popular demand on March 26, 2011 at Memorial Church of God in Christ, 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And he had that. The same passion he had in the crime world or the drugs is the same passion when he was trying to come out of it. You know, and a lot of people say, oh, you were... I said, you know what, that's not the Leonard, or Leo, he called himself, with me. I met. And it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it.
Right.
And if anybody that you know that call me Debbie, you better run, because I was a bee with it. Ooh, Lord. Because I know how I was.
Right.
It doesn't have to be drugs, but you know how you were when you were younger. and what you used to do, and you wish people forgot about it. So that's the same thing here. And you should have seen that church, raining and everything. That church was filled up.
Yeah, he had a knack for using his experiences
Exactly.
to
Real.
bring a real message that was very powerful. And I think that me and him connected because of the fact that, first of all, we were both very loud when we talk, and we both like to talk about the Word of God and how we can reach out to the community and start doing things in the community together. And that's what kind of brought me and him together. And,
he was big.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how big he was.
6'6".
He was big. I
300
like
something pounds.
Yeah.
And I, because of his past and my past and the similarities that we've had, and we both kind of understood that if these things wouldn't have happened in our life, then we wouldn't be able to be the people that we were today, and we wouldn't be able to give the message that we give today. And
and I wouldn't have had the pleasure of meeting you.
Right.
Now, Coco, I want you to say, like, what goes on? Do you see the people, or do you have people to work with them? What do they have to do to get in your program, or you just go and do outreach?
We do, I do presentations, like David said. We go together to Boys and Girls Clubs, to different schools and communities, and talk to kids. That's really what I really, at the end of the day, what gives me the most pleasure is to talk to the kids themselves and give them this program and give them the DVD or give them the booklets. And basically the message is, you need to find out the truth for yourselves. You need to find out what these drugs are about and make a decision what you want to do, because nobody likes to be told what to do, especially teenagers. And that's why I love this program, because it's called The Truth About Drugs. It's basically find out the truth for yourselves and decide what you should do. But we also have an educator's kit, which we can train educators and teachers in delivering this material to kids. There's a whole curriculum that a teacher can do a whole semester of lesson plans with the kids if they want to do it. So they can use it as they can just follow the whole curriculum and teach a semester to kids, or they can just use it as a guide or as a complementary to any other program that they have in the school or in their community or anywhere, really. Anybody can use this material.
Where's your home base of the main area? Is it down in Skid Row? Is it in Pasadena? Where?
The organization's headquarters is in Los Angeles. It's on Wilcox.
Okay.
But like I said, we are volunteer-based. We are in more than 150 countries, and all the material has been translated into 20 languages, more than 20 languages.
Now, is this boys and girls, anybody, and the age group that you target?
We recommend at 10, but unfortunately today kids are getting exposed to drugs at an earlier and earlier age.
Yep.
So it depends
Age
on the
compression.
child. Yeah, so it depends on the child. I mean, if you have an 80-year-old who knows what's going on and can watch the DVD, I would show it to them. There's nothing gory or scary in it. So I showed it to my own kid when he was 10, but that was 10 years ago.
Okay, so basically, as a parent, and you have one?
I have 2 boys.
Oh, another boy mama. I said that before. Boy mamas are tough mamas. I have 3 girls and a boy, and basically when my daughter said she was dating, it's just all boys. Moms are pretty tough. Good job. You have to be very strong to raise, young men. So with that, and I take it neither one of your sons are on drugs?
No.
Good.
Thank God.
Now, in your camera, I want you to, number one, you can repeat your website, what you do, if you have a telephone number that people can call and reach out, what you may have to say for the parents also, because sometimes the kids are just getting into the parent stuff.
Right.
Hello. Do you do this? Is it sort of like Alcoholics Anonymous, or is it different format?
It's different.
Okay. So talk in your camera and tell the people what you want them to know, and if you want to reach out to some youth,
Thank you. Well, I think the one thing that I would like to say is that I want all the kids to find out the truth about drugs for themselves. There is a lot of false information out there today with the drug scene, with whether they're safe or they're okay, and there is nothing like finding out the truth for yourselves, finding out from somebody who actually did drugs, which this documentary covers, people who did drugs and lived their life, and they're telling their stories, and they're saying really what happens when you do decide to go that route. And for parents, this is a fantastic tool to have because it's very difficult to talk to kids these days, and this does a job for you. Like, I showed this DVD to my son when he was 10, and he watched it on his own, and he came to me 3 days later and said, Mom, if anybody watches this and does drugs, they're just stupid. So that was the best thing I could have heard, from my kid. And the website is www.drugfreeworld.org. All of our materials is free of charge. And you can just contact them, go to the website, drugfreeworld.org. The phone number is there, all the materials are there. And at the foundation, they also have my name and information, and if anybody wants to contact me to talk to me or set up presentations, I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay, very good, very good. And your words of wisdom this time for the youth, strike out.
So, we're in a day and age right now where kids have to make these life-changing decisions at such a young age. Without the proper education, the chances are that they're not really going to know what type of decision to make when the peer pressure starts, or the wanting to fit in starts, or even just the curiosity starts when it comes to drugs and alcohol. We want people to be able to understand that it's a whole different type of lifestyle when people are suffering from addiction, and we want to give the message that again with Drug Free World and Strike Out Against Drugs, we want to give the message that they can make better choices. We want them to be able to learn personal boundaries and how to care more about themselves than what other people are thinking about them. We want them to learn coping skills. You can go to strikeoutagainstdrugs.com, www.strikeoutagainstdrugs.com, and we have a referral page on there where you can go to websites that have to do with how to teach your kid healthy personal boundaries, how to teach your kid coping skills, to learn the truth about drug addiction. And we would love for people to get involved in the kind of stuff that we do. We're always looking for volunteers. You can always go on the website. Our emails are there. Our personal phone numbers are there if it's something that you want to get involved in.
The website again?
The website is www.strikeoutagainstdrugs.com. This one, Drug Free World, is drugfreeworld.org. And you can get in direct contact with either me or Coco, or there'll be another representative there that you can talk to and get involved in the stuff that we do, so we can get the word out there and keep these kids from having to live the type of lifestyle that maybe some of us had to live in the past.
You know what? You heard it from two brilliant, active, passionate people that really makes me smile. And you know what? What can you do? What can you do? Bloom where you are planted. Whatever you feel you need to do, don't say it's somebody else's problem. And it doesn't have to be major like the I have a dream speech or anything like that, but just every little bit. If you know anybody that needs to be in contact with Drug Free World or Strike Out Against Drugs, please refer them. Get a booklet, get a pamphlet. I'm going to take a couple, so I know somebody that can use a few of these. And sometimes when they're not ready, they'll just throw it aside. But all you could do is you could take them to but you can't make them drink. But at least you can say, I should have. You did something. So anyway, bye-bye. Thanks for smiling. Strike out against drugs for a drug-free world, okay? Thank you.
I started using drugs when I was 19. If I would have known then, if I know now, my life would have been a whole lot, different.
When I started using drugs and started to get involved in myself in gang activities, it closed the door to any future hope that I had.
On a life sentence at the age of 13 because of my gang activity and drug use.